In today's video, I'm going to share with you step by step how to write a book in 2024. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sharlrita Deloatch, and on this channel, I talk about how to turn your skills into cash by providing passive income tips for writers, publishers, creatives, as well as authors. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell. So when I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. Now let's get started. The first things first you want to do is to define your purpose and your genre. So let's talk about defining your purpose. You want to ask yourself, why do I want to write a book? You don't have to share that with the world, but that can be something that you think about. So you might want to write a book because you want to share a story. Maybe you want to write a book to impart knowledge. Maybe you want to write a book to just explore a passion. Your purpose will actually guide you to the writing process. Because when you know what you or why you are writing, then it's going to guide you to making sure that you write the right book. Now let's go into the genre. You got to decide the genre early on. So are you writing nonfiction? Are you writing romance? Are you writing a thriller? Are you writing fantasy? You have to decide that. So it doesn't matter because in my opinion, all genres make money, but you have to know so that it shapes your content and your approach to your writing process. And then the next thing you want to do, you want to create a writing plan. So I want you to set realistic goals, determine how many words or pages you want to write each day or week. Make sure you be realistic with your lifestyle. Be realistic with your routine. With me, I love writing in the mornings because I know in the morning time, that's when my home is quiet. My children are not up yet. That's when I have my quiet time. So for me, I set a goal based on my mornings. And I know that during the weekday mornings work great for me because I know I'm already getting up and getting ready for my kids to go to school. So not so much on the weekends. So I don't write on the weekends. That's my lifestyle. So you have to figure out what will work for your lifestyle. Then it's time for the outline. When you develop your outline, you got to have a rough outline of your book, even if it's fiction. Well, if you're going to do a fiction book, you have to outline your plot, like your points, your characters. You have to outline the setting of the book. But for nonfiction, you need to outline the key concepts. So the arguments, the lessons that you want to cover inside of your book. Next, you're going to develop your writing environment. I believe that your environment is everything. Okay. You need to have a comfortable place that's distraction free or a space where you can write where there's not a whole lot of distractions so you can write. So for me, I have a designated desk. Me and my husband share office. So I know that writing the work in the morning also works for me because my husband normally works in the evening times. Sorry about that. So my husband normally works in the evening times. So I know that that is a great time for me to write, and I have my own designated place, which is my desk. Now, sometimes I like to write in my bed. So I have a desk pad. You can get you a desk pad from Amazon that you can sit right up in your bed. Sometimes I like to do that, maybe on the weekends if I decide to write. So you develop your area that's comfortable for you. And also in developing your area, you want to get your tools in your software. Okay. So using different writing tools such as Scrivener is a great writing tool. I use Google Docs. I just give me a Google Doc, or you can use Microsoft Word as well. For my last book, what I did that worked very well for me is I went to Book Baby and they have book templates. So I actually wrote my book in the book template instead of using Google Doc. So you might want to do that. In the description, I'll link to Book Baby with their templates. You can just go there and download free, templates depending on the size that you want for your book. Okay. The next thing I want you to do is write regularly. Do not just write once. I suggest at least more than once a week having a time to write. If you're really serious and then you're on a deadline or a crunch time, you definitely want to write 3 times plus a week, okay? But stick to your writing schedule. Consistency is going to be the key to your progress. If you don't stay consistent, you're going to put the book away. And I've done that plenty of times. I didn't stay consistent with my writing, so I put the book to the back burner. And the next thing you know, you're here in 2024 and you say you was writing a book in 2023, okay? The next thing you want to do is go ahead and do the first draft of your book. So focus on getting ideas down. This is like, don't worry about perfection. You're not trying to edit it. You just want to get the ideas out of your head and put them, go ahead and start writing your book into paper, okay? The next thing you want to do is you definitely want to seek some feedback. So you want to seek feedback maybe from beta readers. Now, beta readers is a great way. You can do this 2 ways. You can get beta readers to, read over your work. They're not editors, but they can read over your work and they can share with you some feedback and say, hey, I don't like this right here. I had an old publishing client. She did that where she sent her books to some people that she trusts, or it's people that you trust that will read your work and say, hey, I think you're missing something, or to get some type of feedback. Okay. So don't be afraid to do that. The second process of using those beta readers is that they can also fill the gap of being a book street team. This is somebody, they can promote your book for you. You can, run different contests for them. You can do some great things for them by promoting your book. And they can also be the first ones. Of course, they are the first ones to read the book, but once after it's edited, they can be the first ones to download your book, and then they can leave you a review. So you can have that as well. Okay. Writing groups. I want you to join some writing groups or some online or offline writing groups so you can get feedback from other authors as well. I think that is golden and it's key. As a writer and you're writing a book, you want to be around other people that are writing books. Not only does that motivate you to get your book done, but also you can get feedback, and then you won't feel so like you're on an island because you're the only one, writing a book, but you're not. You're in a community with other people. Okay. Now it's time to revise and edit. I suggest that you do a self-edit first. Now, this doesn't mean that you are the only person that's going to look at your book, but you can self-edit by going through your manuscript with a critique eye, look at plot holes, look at character inconsistency if you're writing fiction, look at the areas that need more detail if you're writing a nonfiction. But this is a great time for you to just go through your book. Okay. Please do that. At least do a little self-editing before you get it to the professional editor. Okay. Professional editors are not miracle workers, but they can work some miracles sometimes. Okay. So that's what you need to do next, is to get a professional editing. So depending on your level of writing, there are different types of edits that you can have done. You can, get the developmental editor. This is great if you're writing a fiction book. You need someone to read over your plots, to read over to make sure that it makes sense. If you are a nonfiction book writer, maybe you can get you a line substantial editor. That's a person that's going to go line by line to make sure that your book flows and it has a cohesive outline. Okay, so that's the edit. You got copy edited. That's the, like the copy editing and proofreading. Copy editors really go through to make sure that your grammar is in place. Your proofreaders, what they are, they proofread everybody else. They're the last person that should look at your book. Okay. Now, you also want to understand the publishing options while you are going through your writing. So you have 3 different types of ways that you can get your book published once it is written. You can do the traditional publisher, and this involves finding an agent and submitting your manuscript to publishing houses. And it can be a very lengthy process, but they do offer the professional editing, the design, and the marketing. Okay, that also depends on your contract as well. So that's one way you can get published. Another way that you can get published is by self-publishing. That means that gives you more control over the publishing process. You got platforms such as Amazon KDP or Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, which allows you to publish easily, but it requires you to handle the editing. It requires you to handle the design and the marketing. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing it yourself, but you are the person that has to, you have to either do it yourself or find someone that will for you. Okay. The third way is, a way in between. This is what you call the hybrid publisher, where you have a publishing house that can handle, not only they can publish your book for you and edit your book for you, it can do those things that the traditional publisher can do. However, they have some aspects of the self-publishing because you have control as well. Okay. So you have the hybrid publisher. The hybrid publisher will cost. The traditional publishers most likely will not cost. However, they take a certain amount of royalties from you. Okay. And I think some of them pay like a royalty check. I have never been traditionally published, nor have I, one second, nor have I really been interested in being traditional publisher, but published. However, I'm sure there are some YouTube videos about traditional publishing for those authors that have. I follow a few that have been traditional published, but I never have. I'm more so right now, I self-publish, and I have had the opportunity to be a hybrid publisher for some women around the world. Okay. The next thing you want to do is to market your book. All right. This is where you're going to build an online presence. You can start a blog. You can create a social media profile just for you as an author and engage with your potential readers. Okay. So you have those options for you to do that as well. Now you can also do a book launch. This is where you have an actual launch strategy. Okay. The launch strategy, this includes your online promotion, your book readings, reaching out to bloggers, you got your reviews. So when it comes to your book launch, you want to have these three phases. You want to have the you want to have the pre-launch. So this is gearing people up. When it comes to your book, you got to have different strategies so people can know about your book. And the easiest way to really do the pre-launch is while you are writing, you can share your experience. All right. If you have a social following, you can start to share there. TikTok has become amazing for up and coming authors in sharing their work and what they are doing. The second part is the actual launch. This is when the launch is happening, when the book is published, it's out there for people to buy. And then the post launch is after it's published. You want to have a plan on how you can continue to market the book and get it out there for many more readers. Okay. The next thing I want you to do, I want you to stay motivated and keep learning, because when it comes to publishing, when it comes to writing a book, it is always something to learn. I've been in the publishing industry since 2016, and I'm going to tell you, I'm always learning. I just shared with you that I have never done a book deal as far as a traditional publisher. However, I continue to learn about the process so that you guys, as my community, I get to keep you up to speed. So some other ways to help you to stay motivated is to read. So read books in and out of genres. I am telling you now, I write books in nonfiction. I'm the self-help and women in business. I write those books, but I love to read some fiction books. I love to read some romance books because it does help you with your understanding of different genres. Okay. And plus, as a publisher, you just want to have your hand in certain genres so that people, can understand, but just so you can understand as well. You can stay motivated and keep learning by going into writing courses and resources. So continue or try to consider joining writing courses. I have a mini membership, which is only $9 a month for those of you that want to write a book. And I go through the step by step, but also educating you. The whole point is to educate you as a person that's self-publishing your book so that you don't feel alone and you have somebody there that's helping you along the way. I put the link in my description. It's called Power Publishing Secrets. Take a look at that, especially if you're on your writing journey and you don't want to be alone. Okay, so think about that and attend some workshops so you can improve your skills. That's something that I do often, is take courses to help me to become a better writer, to help me to understand what I am doing. Okay, embrace the journey. This is the last thing that I want you to do, is to understand that writing a book is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's going to be challenges, okay? But the key is to keep writing, is to keep learning and keep learning the process. Remember, every writer started somewhere, and with dedication, your book can definitely come to life and be a bestseller. Okay, so by following these tips, you should have the opportunity for you to go ahead and start writing your book. I would love to hear from you inside the comments to let me know what type of book you are writing. I mean, what genre do you write your books in? Okay, and if you want to learn more about how to elevate your digital publishing business daily, I give you access to my free newsletter, and you can get access to many tools and resources, including about publishing, about PLR. I send many. People were just raving about my newsletter, but it's free and you get access to those resources just so you'll know where you're going. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.